What would take place? If you had space-bending powers and chose to test them by sandwiching the Earth between the two asteroid belts of our solar system, the quick response is that you might be requesting a small dosage of planetary extinction. Would people on Earth have to stop using space travel? How soon will one of these belt asteroids strike the Earth? And what size space rock would we run into? So what if Earth were trapped between two asteroid belts? This is so what, and this is what would happen. There are two asteroid belts in our solar system. The main asteroid belt is the one that is nearest to us. Its asteroids are mostly comprised of rock and stone because it is situated between Mars and Jupiter. 16 of them are thought to be larger than 240 kilometers in diameter. The dwarf planet series is the largest object in the belt. Later, we'll talk more about how this fits into the bigger picture. The Kuiper belt is an area full of frozen relics from the early solar system, some with a diameter of 100 kilometers or more, that is located all the way at the back, beyond Neptune. Another dwarf planet is one of them. Pluto, perhaps you've heard of it. What would happen to Earth if it were encircled by not one, but two asteroid belts? You must first be familiar with what an astronomical unit is in order to comprehend the scope of this scenario. The distance between the Earth and the Sun is 1 astronomical unit, or O. The Kuiper belt has a width of 25 O. In contrast, the main asteroid belt only has 1 O, which is very few. Okay, let's say you transported them adjacent to the Earth and left their sizes unaltered. Between Mars and Earth would be the Kuiper belt's inner border. The outer border of the main asteroid belt would be between Venus and Earth. Despite being the smaller of the two, the primary asteroid belt would still surround the Sun. Among its millions of stony bodies, Venus and Mercury would now orbit. On the other hand, the Kuiper belt would extend even further. It would be found covering Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus. Neptune would be the only exclusion, though not by much. Now, how would this new configuration appear under the stars? Oh, okay. I'm afraid it's pretty dull. Well, consider it like this. Pluto, a minor planet located in the Kuiper belt, would presently orbit the Sun at a distance of around 3O, nearly as far as Jupiter is now from Earth. Although Jupiter is a sizable gas planet, it can only be seen with the naked eye as a bright light. What can you expect to see of Pluto, which has a diameter that is just 2/3 that of the Moon? Then, yeah, really a lot of nothing. You have now admitted to using your abilities carelessly. After all, exploring other planets in our solar system would be absurd. Would you be stuck on Earth forever now that they are surrounded by millions upon millions of scattering objects? Okay, no. Possibly millions or even billions of boulders are currently floating dangerously near to our globe. Asteroid belts aren't too dense, which is fortunate for you. Inside a belt, objects are typically spaced roughly 1 million kilometers apart, so you could still realize your aspiration of visiting Mars in the future. That is, unless you really tightened the asteroid belts. The Kuiper belt would now fit between Earth and Mars, and the entire main asteroid belt would fit between Earth and Venus. Yes, flying through trash is nothing new to us. About 23,000 objects bigger than a baseball were in orbit around Earth just in 2021. Only now we wouldn't be encircled by shattered satellite debris. Larger pieces of all natural material would need to be handled. There are hundreds of thousands of objects at least 100 kilometers across in the Kuiper belt alone. I consider it. There are millions of asteroids, each at least 10 times larger than the one responsible for the extinction of the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. In addition, there are about 1 million objects larger than 1 kilometer in the main asteroid belt, on top of millions of smaller pebbles. Therefore, yeah, space travel would be put on indefinite hold there. Maybe we could at least do something useful with all those asteroids, like nickel and iron mining, I assume. Well, not quite yet. Dealing with asteroids that are pelting Earth from all sides would keep you quite busy. Yeah, you heard correctly. Objects from both of the encircling belts may be drawn to our planet by its gravitational pull. Smaller asteroids would be capable of killing a whole metropolis with the same force as a nuclear bomb at the lower end of this scale of mass destruction. Remember Series 2. The main asteroid belt includes the dwarf planet, right? Yeah. It's almost 100 times bigger than the asteroid that caused the dinosaurs to go extinct in significant numbers. Our planet, along with all life as we know it, would vanish with just one minor cataclysmic bump into the ground. Don't mess with the solar system, then. Unless you want to provide humanity with a new home without eradicating us all first. Mars could perhaps be terraformed. That, however, is a tale for another so what.